How you doing? Hey peeps. Hope you're well. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is doing well. Hey Ram, hey Heather. We are going to be back playing some more Planet Zoo. Excited. It feels like ages since I played. I feel like I kind of want to get back into it a bit this week. I've been in and out, I guess, but I need to kind of get back into the groove, refine my groove. I've been struggling a little bit. I've enjoyed the seal habitat, but I've been taking it a bit slow with the old Planet Zoo. I've been really enjoying doing the arc stuff and doing the house slipper as ever. You guys will know that Planet Zoo takes a bit more effort, a bit more concentration, I think. New year, and now we're coming out of Christmas. It's probably time to get back to work. And that is slightly more. Our music is a bit loud. Sorry, that's a bit unusual. Oh, it does look it's a bit loud. That's nowhere near where it's supposed to be. Sorry about that, guys. That's super weird. Is that better? That should be like really quiet now. That's usually where it is. That's so weird. I wonder why it's done that. Forever issues with my sound, always. Let me know if that's better. That should be like, it should just be really, really low under my voice. Sorry guys, I must have switched something around. I'm perpetually fiddling with it, I know, but I still can't quite get it where I want it. So we're going to look at two things we're going to do today. You probably didn't hear me say any of that then, so I was basically just talking about getting myself back focused on some Planet Zoo stuff. So we're gonna do two things. We're gonna be looking at the community zoo a wee bit. So let's get that going. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't know what I did there. Stupid head. So we're going to look at the community zoo a little bit, and I might do a little bit of building in this afternoon, and then I'm going to go back to the seal habitat, and then we'll carry on the seal habitat on Thursday. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Right, so hey Lindsay, how you doing? So from what I know, I can't remember Rem if you've changed anything with this. Well, it looks like you've done some additions to this. I don't know if this bit was here before, was it? Oh, this is cute. Is this your work? This is you, isn't it? This is so cute, man. So we're going to do a little bit of work on this. I'm going to mark out, I think I'm going to mark out some spaces because we had some dramas in the last couple of days about that I hadn't made things clear, or that I had given some feedback, and that didn't go down very well. So I'm going to make a. I didn't really want to have to do this, but I was sort of assuming that everybody would be able just to kind of work this out. But like, there's no rules on this, but I think making sure that there's kind of enough space for kind of everybody to do stuff and it not feel like it's all sitting on top of each other. So I am going to mark out a few areas where I think there are like more than one habitat. That doesn't mean that one person can't take that more than one habitat. But yeah, so a little bit of groundwork to do. I'm not sure if Mrs. T wants me to show this yet because I'm not sure this is finished, but this is all looking super exciting. Oh, I guess she probably doesn't mind actually because she's been shown it on her streams. I think she's been shown it on her streams. But yeah, so far this is looking lovely, and Chrissy's stuff that we looked at a while ago is looking super cool. And then I think she has. Okay, cool, yeah. So I think I'll kind of just mark out where I think there are more than one habitat, and that someone can kind of take that. We won't spend too long doing this because this will be a bit boring for everyone to watch, but just some kind of useful housekeeping. And it doesn't need to be the shape that I'm using here. But like this is separate. This is more than one habitat, I think. This is 2 habitats, let's say. And I'll just do some. I've got the music on, haven't I? I've got the in-game on. Yes, put the in-game on. So yeah, be pretty chilled this afternoon. It'll only be a couple of hours. These are going to be. One of my plans for 2021 is to be kind of more frequent with my content, but maybe these streams will be shorter than they were being. So in order to try and avoid me burning out, which is, I was definitely ready for a break at the end of last year. I was definitely ready for a break. Let's do this. So I'd say this is like. So when I'm saying this is a habitat, this is like habitat backstage. I'm just painting in these colours so that we can kind of mark out an area. And it doesn't have to be exact, but just so that it doesn't end up being that there's any sort of confusion. Because that's pretty big. Like if you look at the size of a person, that's pretty massive. That's a pretty massive animal, like habitat. And then we can probably say this is like more than one back here as well. I suppose it's worth saying they're probably not necessarily. It's not necessarily that they have to be habitats, but they should be kind of considered to be separate areas. If this is making any sense. So we'll have a look at. We'll do this, and then we'll have a quick look at Mrs. T's stuff. I honestly can't remember. I haven't looked at it, so I can't remember if she said. Well, that won't stay, will it? If I do that. I can't remember if she said it's finished. That's weird. That's confusing because there's three different things. Course. Okay, that'll do. Right, so I'll just block some and yeah, and there's going to be these little gaps. And the tricky thing is how you transition from one to the other. And it's better to just so like I think you've done this really well, Rem, over here. Like these are nice soft transition. Like that's no habitat. It's just a nice kind of soft transition that brings you into the habitat. So I think that's kind of it's kind of important. This can just be whatever. We'll say whatever for that. Signs. Oh, actually, it's there, isn't it? Oh, did I miss something? Was that a bot? My first bot of the year. So I just was stuffing some birthday cake down there. Yeah, you spotted me. Good eye, Rem. See me jumping on something just before the beginning of the stream. It's usually that I'm shoving doing coffee. Shoving coffee in my face. Bot versus bot battle. That was Lindsay, wasn't it? Or was it Nightbot? Oh no, it was Nightbot. Good on you, Nightbot. Babina's on the case. Okay, so this isn't going to be super excited, but we'll just do this. Yeah, because I was looking at this I think I told someone that there wasn't a lot of space, but there is a lot of space. I can't remember who it was, but I was saying something yesterday. I can't remember who was asking whether they wanted to be involved, and I said, yeah, there's not a lot. I think maybe it was Wes actually, saying, is there Is there space for me to be involved? I mean, obviously, because Chrissy did all the kind of a lot of this kind of savannah area. Like other animals don't generally need that much space. So we'll call that. We'll say there's 9. I think there's 9 areas there. Because if you look at the size of what Mrs. T's done here, that's fairly comparable. And not every animal will need that sort of size of habitat. So let's go and look at what she's done. We'll go into Tejicam just to give this do this justice. Ooh. Might be worth considering putting Wes's thing before marking out the entire zoo. Yeah, I don't have. It's for. I mean, like these are all just kind of loose guidelines, Rem. So I mean, I trust you. If you had a plan for where that was going to go, I haven't even seen what Wes made. Oh, look at this. Cool, man. What's that one? Not seen that one before. Prior. A little truck. Meep, meep. Very nice. Very nice. What's that floor? Oh. What is that? Is that a piece she's made? Oh, that's madness. Let's not go in that way. That feels like the wrong way. It's a shame she's not here because I shouldn't be doing this really about her, but we'll go this way. Aquatic Centre. Oh, this is pretty, isn't it? This is pretty. Oh, she's working. She's done some work in here. Yowzers. Right, so she's got like a custom floor thing going on. Just sent it to you through Discord. Okay, yeah, it's not massive, is it? It looks like it's quite small. That's fine. It looks like that will probably just fit into one of the slots that I've put down. So what she made this out of? This is all different. She's made these little tessellating pieces. Good on you. So she's got. So this is going to be a gift shop by the looks of it. Gift shop's kind of aquatic centre. She's got the caimans. Oh, what's going on down here? Oh, I feel like I'm in somewhere I shouldn't be, and that maybe I shouldn't be showing shit. But I'm sure she'll tell me. Looking cool though. I like the little. What's that? She made that out of art shapes. That's quite cool, isn't it? The little boys, they work really well. Buoys. Otters? Yeah, we've got Chrissy the otter. I know this is the view I've seen from the screenshot that she did. Oh, there's an underwater section as well. Awesome. I love the colour she's used here. Yeah, I'm happy to put that in, Rem. I just probably can't do it right now on the stream because I'll have to download it and whatnot. So that's backstage. Am I still in Tejicam? Yes, I am. Ooh. The nether region. Floor's nice again. Carpet tiles by the looks of it. Oh, those work really nicely. That actually works. That works really nicely. It kind of looks like stone. This is cool. Oh, hello. What's going on there? Oh, we're actually underwater. What? What? What's going on there then? She's tunneled out. So this is not a glass. This is not a glass barrier. Is it a glass barrier? No. Okay. I wonder if she realised that was going to happen. I know what's happened. She's cut the terrain away with the path by the looks of it. She's done the underwater thing, but obviously everybody drowns. The thing is, it's so cool. I know exactly why she's done this. If she has, I think she probably has done it deliberately. That part blew my mind as well. She's done it because the view you get through the into the water is so much clearer than if you're looking through actually a wall, like the edge of a glass barrier. So the side effect there, you get really good screenshots, and if you're standing back here you get a really good view, but obviously if you go here then the whole world is underwater, and it kind of goes a bit like Stranger Things, turns into Stranger Things. It does feel a bit like Stranger Things, doesn't it, down here? I can't remember what that's called. Is it called the Nether or something like that they call it in Stranger Things? But yeah, that's really cool. I really like the view. And she's got a little lift. A little lift dealy. Nice. Pretty nice. Okay, so there's the entrance to the habitat. I keep falling through the floor. Oh, there's a whole other bit down here. Oh, jazzy. Jazziness. So this is the backstage. Okay, cool. Yeah, these gates. The Moblong's gates. It's always funny when you're looking at someone else's stuff, especially when they're in progress of it, because what I see here is very much like my self-building, because it's she's got loads of stuff. I do this all the time as well, and it gets a bit overwhelming, but she's got loads of things she's done like a bit and not like finished. I do that all the time. Hey Chrissy, how you doing? We're just looking at Mrs. T's aquatic centre, or the work in progress on Mrs. T's aquatic centre in the community zoo. So yeah, like loads of bits that I start and then I just kind of then get a bit overwhelmed because I have to kind of catch back up with myself. I think this is what I do as well. Oh wow, so this is, oh, she's got like a tiled floor. This is nuts. What does she make this out of? This is all just art pieces. It's the font. Oh, this is cool. This is very cool. I may have to steal this idea. This is actually, looks like it's a better performing piece than the piece that I've been using, which is the gutter top. Hey Crazy Mom, thanks for the bits. How you doing? Yeah, that looks cool, doesn't it? Yeah, the problem with the piece that I've been using is that it just it's janky as. So she's got, this is like just a little holding pond. Yeah, she definitely feels like she plays the way I play. She plays the way I play, and it's really, really not. I think it's not good for you. I think this is, maybe we need to have a chat. We both have to get over this, because it's like the way that people, I think the way that you can keep yourself sane in this game is you have to like do and blitz that thing to like 100% and then move on, because otherwise you end up with everywhere. I mean, this looks amazing, but she's obviously not finished it because she's still got like, you know, gaps at the top. I mean, maybe she can survive through that, but this is the stuff that drives me nuts when I'm playing, when I'm doing stuff myself, because you're basically just making it bigger and bigger and bigger and making more and more and more problems. But it does look super cool, doesn't it? It looks like it's what's that little weird bit of rock or something? Another little holding pond back here. So this one's nice. This one's looks a bit more done. This internal one. Oh, she's doing more tiles here. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that one's working. You already blueprinted those tiles. Yeah, she probably got it on the workshop, hasn't she? I would imagine. Does look cool though, doesn't it? And then this is the gate. This is the Moblin gate out into the actual habitat area. So yeah, very cool. I love the shape of the building as well. This view is very nice. I've clicked something I shouldn't do there. So that's 127 pieces. What actually, I'm just going to grab it and drag it up. What's going on at the bottom there? What's that? Oh, so it's like at L's. Interesting. Yeah, that's super clever. I hadn't thought to use that. Little sinks. Very cool. What do we all think of this? It looks super cool to me. I wonder how long she thinks she's got left on it. It looks like it's got a while to go. Like this little kind of graph and things as well. What do we think that is? Is it a whiteboard? And a whiteboard like marker thing? Like a rubber? Let's have the little boy. How do you spell this? Light in the water. Yeah, I think that's how you spell it, isn't it? Maybe without the E on the end? These guys. Yeah. Yeah, they're really good. They're really useful for that. So how do they get... So the otters can get out, can they? So they can get out. I want to see where they actually get out. Oh, there's a little ramp for them. Cool. Nice. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. So we can go back out through this little... It's a little drain or something, I guess. So this little backstage bit. It adds such a... It does make such a difference, I think, when you add the backstage parts of it. So she's going to have the caiman. She's got the otter. I wonder what's going on here. I see a duck. Alright, my duck. What's going on? There's like a... Oh, let's go out of Tejicam. Let's just jump out of Tejicam a second. There's like weird tunnel thing. Looks kind of cool. Oh, it's the caimans. Oh, no way. That would be awesome. She's gone to town, hasn't she? Goodness. Good work. So there's an entrance to that. They come in there. That's clever. So that's their only bit of water. So they will have to go across that bridge into that water. And then I guess if that's all like, I don't know, reeds and things coming up. I don't know what that's a reed for. Is that glass floor? This one? Or this? No, it's not. Could be a glass floor though. There's no reason it couldn't be. Oh, this the floor. No, it's so she's just made it. This piece I've used before. It's the back of a door. Or it's the back of a window in this case. And she's made all these hexagons. She's made a hexagon piece and then she's tessellated it into this pattern, which turns out really cool. Looks very cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, it is amazing. It's good stuff. Oh, we've got little barriers and stuff as well. It's so cool. It's always so nice seeing other people's work because you're like, yeah, when someone's got a picture in their head, because she's obviously got a picture of in her head what she's doing here. Like it's a little bit difficult to understand what this is going to be, and obviously it's entrances to something, but maybe this whole thing is like closed in. I don't know. Because I guess you could have it that this is like a separate yeah, like a separate bit in the zoo. You have to kind of have a different pass to get in. Very cool. It's been amazing to see Mrs. T-Rex's progress between on and off screen. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good size as well. That's a nice size. So for those of you who just kind of missed the beginning of the stream here, what I've done is just kind of loosely, and I'm saying very loosely, marked out areas of the zoo. So as to kind of say, yeah, if you wanted to make, if for example someone wanted to do another thing like Mrs. T's done there, where she's got like multiple habitats in the same area, you could argue that you could take more than one area. But yeah, certainly not kind of just going, here's a thing that fills this whole area and it's like 3 times the height of everything else. Not just, I don't know, I didn't really mean to piss Cabe off, but I think it just felt a bit tall to me, and I don't know, it didn't seem to go well. I wasn't particularly diplomatic, and I did kind of apologise for not being particularly diplomatic. But yeah, she's always been a great builder, but I think she's made awesome progress. Yeah, she definitely has been. I think sometimes it's a bit like me. It's just confidence in your abilities to do it. He built something. He shared some screenshots. I said it looks a bit big. My feedback was really the fact that it was right up against your habitat and right up against Mrs. T's habitat, and was about twice the height. And I kind of just said, I think it just needs to be scaled. It's a bit difficult to tell from your screenshots what you're doing effectively, but I think it just kind of needs to be scaled back. And he just decided to remove it. So I was like, well, fair enough. I'm not gonna. That's a shame, but it's your choice. I mean, anything you're working in a community project, you've got to be. I don't know. If I'm working on something, I'm try and be a bit humble about like giving respect and space to other people's stuff, and that was my kind of thing. It felt a bit like it was a bit too like imposing over what was already existing work in the zoo. So, but anyway, I don't really massively get onto it on stream, but yeah. So I thought it would be handy for me just to kind of go, here's some areas. If I actually numbered these properly, but they're loose markings. Like I was saying, Chrissy, you've done some of the big savannah animals there. So there's an argument to say there's not really many other places where you'd need to have anything that's as big as what you've done here, because there's not that many other those sorts of savannah animals. Now yours is totally fine. That's what I'm sort of saying. Yours is totally fine because of the way the animals that you've got. But even if I was to say take yours, and no, that's only if I was to take yours again, and that's 2 habitats with like 4 different types of animals in it, it would still only take up quite a small amount of this space, not the whole thing. You can do whatever animals you want. I don't really mind. I don't mind. Right, so I've still got a long way to go on my bit. I've still got a long way to go on this entrance. Did I notice someone had put some guest spawners in somewhere? Oh, there's a guest spawner over there. Okay. So I think you guys have done the most work on this so far. Between the 3 of you, Mrs. T and Chrissy and Rem. It's looking so cool. I feel a bit sort of like I'm behind the curve on what you guys have done. I need to get I need to get my stuff together and get sorted. All that being said, I don't think we're going to do any more on it right now. I think we're going to go back to the. I think we're going to go back to the seals. So I'm going to save this. Community zoo. And I will submit this back into the Discord. That's not how you do it, Toves. Does it good? Yeah, but I have completely not done. I mean, it's going to look good. I'm happy that it's going to look good. But yeah, I need to spend some time on it. I think I need to work on it off stream a bit to get myself back into the flow of it. I hate my habitat as a habitat, but as a build, I'm quite happy with it. I really don't hate your habitat as a habitat. I really like it. I really like it, dude. I mean, it's love. It's I don't see anything wrong with it at all. It's very kind of lush and yeah, it's really pretty. And then when you started to transition out of it to this, like this is all just a beautiful. Tortoises. Right, anyway, let's go do some seal gubbins. I like it too, it's really lush and complex and spacing, yeah. Nooks. I'm a big fan of nooks. I think I need to do some work on it myself. And then that will help kind of encourage other people to get involved in the project as well, I think. Like, where am I actually up to? Seal habitat jump 3. We might have to go back to the main menu, I don't even remember. I think it's just not what I normally think of when I think of tapirs. I don't know. I think it's. I don't. What would you say you normally think of then? The thing is, tapirs, when you see them in actual zoos, they're not got very nice habitats. They're usually quite scruffy looking. I hope this is the right one. I hope this is the right save. I think it is. Yeah. Oh god, I forgot about this thing. So I still haven't fixed this. I've got to fix that. I'm going to fix this off stream. Don't really think. Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time thinking of tapirs. I have to say, it's not really what I do often. Something more natural. Maybe it's because I normally build in tropical animal kingdom style habitats. I feel like that is quite tropical. I feel like the space that you've got there is pretty tropical. This is what we were doing at the end, weren't we? We'll just start with some nice kind of. I think we'll just continue doing this area around this border here. Yeah, no, I really like it, Rem. I think it's I think it is quite lush. I like what you've got in terms of the kind of discovery as well. I always kind of try and do some stuff on that myself, because you kind of you go down the little kind of secret pathy bits. Go down a little secret path and discover an animal, which is always kind of cool. I think that's the one of the things that like I like trying to do is have things feel like you're in the same space as the animal, so you don't feel like you're in a bit where you're kind of looking over a barrier. And that's, I think you've done that really well. You kind of feel like the guests are quite immersed in it. Well, this is a lovely little bit of path right here, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I haven't got anything negative to say about it at all. Absolutely not. It's beautiful. Right, so I mean, I'm trying to get this done, this habitat, but I'm trying to not. I don't really want to have come all this way with it and then just kind of half-ass the last bit. But I'm super aware of how slow progress has been. Do 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 do. Maybe we'll do that. Right, so can I fix... What's this habitat? I feel like I've missed so much from everyone over the holidays. Oh, sorry, Chrissy. This is the seal habitat. If you remember, I was doing this... I think maybe the last time you saw this, I was down here. Can't remember if you saw me working on this sign and stuff. The last habitat... So I did some work off this off stream because I was getting a little bit frustrated with myself. So I did a lot more of the kind of the backstage, the tanking and stuff for this. So these are all done now, and we did. I did this guy. So this is what I was talking about with Mrs. T stuff. So this is actually this piece I've used is the gutter cap. She's used one of the font pieces. So I used one of the font pieces for this. I used the parenthesis for this kind of wavy shape. This all needs doing. So in the last stream I put this canopy up, but it all needs fixing. I just did it really roughly. All these bits that kind of clip through. What's that? What's going on there? See that little bit that kind of peeks through as I move away. But yeah, it's come quite a long way. I've still got absolute boatloads to do on it. Got this little kind of backstage. So the guests come in and out. Well, I find the patience in... oh, I haven't finished it yet, guys. Actually, let's see if this works. I don't actually know if I've finished this. I don't think I've finished it. Actually, let's see if this... I can't. This may well work or may not work. I'm pressing a button that I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. When you talk about patience, this is rage mode. This is Tave's rage mode. I don't know if this has worked. Did that work? That worked. It's half working. I don't think I've actually finished it. I think I'm supposed to blow up at the end. I don't know if you had the sound or anything. I don't know. I hadn't finished it. I was playing around with it the other day. So that's when that's when I'm losing my patience. That's when I'm losing my patience with something. I press that button. No sound. Yeah, no, I didn't think the sound works. So there's like a test card that comes up at the end. It's supposed to explode. There's supposed to be a little bit of footage of an explosion. And then it cuts to the test card. And it's got the beep. and then it comes back to me. You'll see it when it's done. Love the different layers of water. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. It is coming along for sure. I still haven't worked out how I'm doing this because this is all kind of placeholder at the moment. I know. I rediscovered it the other day. It's like, what happens at the end of an explosion? It was like the test card. Some old school Brits like Lindsay will appreciate the BBC test card. So that's what I'd use. The test card is what you used to see, guys, at the end of. So this seems so weird as a concept now to say this, but there was a time. I think it was like 3 a.m. that television in the UK just ended on every channel. When I was a kid, I sound old, really old now, but when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure we only had like 3 channels. It used to be BBC One and BBC Two, and then ITV, and then Channel 4 wasn't around. Maybe BBC Two wasn't even around either. But yeah, television used to end. There'd be a point at the night where the last programme would come on. I think it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then they just have this picture, which was called the test card. And there was just a tone. And that was all that happened. It just went beep until about 5 o'clock in the morning when the TV would start again. It was so weird. Such a weird thing to say. I'm 38. 39 as of yesterday. I'm ancient. Thank you very much, though, Chrissy. You can very much stay. As of yesterday, I'm ancient. Right, so we might make just some little steps here. I think. I don't think that's too bad. I'm gonna lose their feet a little bit, but hey ho. So yeah, it was just a. How did the UK TV end at night when you were young? I know, right? Weird, eh? It seems like such a weird thing to I don't know. I haven't thought that's like. It's really not. It's not like I don't know. I mean, we had a black and white television. You're probably I don't know. You might be different, Lindsay, but. We had a black and white television when we were kids. I mean, we didn't come from like we weren't like a rich family, so we were pretty povo. It's just normal for us. Oh, you just throw me under the bus completely, make me look like an old git. Maybe we were just poor. Yes, that's what it was. We were just right povos. The TV came with clunky buttons, yeah. And our TV used to press the button. Yeah, but you're American, aren't you, Chrissy? You're American, right? So I think you're American. I don't think I've actually ever heard you speak, but I can't remember. You humble UK peeps, I know. Simple folks. But no, we used to have. I mean, it was an old television. It was an old television. It was an old, crappy television we had. Let's just go with a bigger one and we'll hide that away. Oh, you have told me that before, I think. Yeah, and it used to have like the sides of it were wood. The sides of our telly. I mean, this is. I'm remembering a television from when I was very, very young. From when I was like 3, I think. And it was a telly we'd had for a long time. It was an old 70s television. And it used to make a... this isn't going to be doable. It used to make a horrible kind of... well, it made when you turned it on, it made like a donk. It was like a bonk. And there was like when you turned it off at night, it went down to a little tiny white dot in the middle of the screen, and it would make like a hissing noise. As kids, we were the TV remotes and this. Yeah, I mean, can you even imagine that now? Can you even imagine? You can't turn the television over unless you go over and physically turn the television over. Like, it just seems so alien now, right? As a concept. I used to have to ride my bike to the shop to get bread in the morning. TV was fuzzy until it warmed up. Yes, true. That's true. It's funny, man. That does seem like it's so weird to think of, because you don't really think about those things very much anymore. I mean, this absolutely does make me. I completely accept this makes me sound like a right old granddad, but it's not that. It's actually appreciation of the things. It's actually appreciation of like the differences. Kind of crazy. It's really easy to forget. Like I remember when I was a kid. So if I used to go to football practice after school, and I'd have to. My mum would pick me up, and I'd have to go to the telephone box to call my mum at home, and she had to be at home, obviously, because otherwise I'd never be able to get hold of her. And then she'd come and pick me up. I haven't watched TV in years, just YouTube, Twitch and Netflix on my phone. We cancel cable but still have an actual TV for streaming services. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like... it seems that even TV now seems like it's already kind of... We don't really... If we ever watch TV, it's something we've recorded, and we mostly only watch TV because my girlfriend works for Sky, so we get all of the Sky channels. I watch the football. To be fair, that's probably something I watch. Just agree to meet somewhere, and if friends missed each other, then we just hang out another day. Oh, Mrs. T, you have. We were looking at your awesome creation. You have. Sorry. Yeah, we were looking at your aquatic centre. I was a bit worried that I shouldn't really be showing it, but you've been showing it on stream and stuff, right? So hopefully that's not too much of a problem. Yeah, I really like the tile floors, Mrs. T. I'm definitely going to nick that idea. I'm definitely stealing that because it's a better one than I've got. And the Cayman Tunnel, yeah. Look, was loads of cool stuff that we've. Everyone was very excited. There we go. This is a 3 meter. This is going to be janky. Oh, this doesn't go anywhere anyway. Let's do it again. Yeah, go and watch it. Go and watch it back. Or watch it back after. We were just talking. Toes was having an old man moment. I don't even remember how we got started on this conversation. About old telly. Did your TV just stop showing any content at night when you were young too? She's younger than me though. She's quite a bit younger than me. But I bet you it did. Yeah, so you're 6 years younger than me. So that's quite... Sorry, 7 years younger than me. So I don't even know if that would have been a thing when I was 7. He's like, how very dare you? I'm not your age. Don't put more years on me. How very dare you? 6 AM test card. Yes. 6 AM. Well, it started at like I think it started at like 3. The test card. Oh, I remember why it started now. I remember why it started. Oh, I'm going the wrong way with this. And she said test card straight away, so she knows what I'm talking about. We were just explaining to the Americans how weird that was, or how weird it is now to think that TV just stopped, that there was just a point. It was like someone just stopped, like, we've got no one available, everyone's in bed, turn telly off before you go. Turn the telly off before you go. All the programs just stop. And the last programs, I mean, they still slightly are, but the last programs are always the ones with the sign language. And they used to be on BBC Two. BBC Two used to be BBC Bite Size. Or when you're a kid doing your GCSE, set your recorder, set your VCR to record the revision stuff for school. BBC Bite Size. With the logo. Well, that's how we started. I'll press it again then. So this is, I haven't finished it yet, but this is rage mode. And it goes to explode. And then there's a test card. I've got to finish it. Go with the board. That's what. Yeah. That's what that's your BRB screen. Is it really? Oh, how funny! How funny that I've used that. I've just used it. Oh dear. There's no new ideas. Clearly. Why can't I get this to join? Oh, I know why. Being a wally. But yeah, good work on the aquatic centre. That's true. Yeah, when a streamer goes on their BRB, usually I go to the loo as well because I've been holding it. Having gummy bears for lunch. Excellent work as a 35-year-old adult. You're winning. I just had last night's cold pizza, followed by birthday cake and a coffee. I want to do a restaurant plaza in front of the aquatic centre. Still need to work it out though. Sounds good. Sounds cool to me. Am I going to have to fix all this up? All this janky... We could just put a rock there. We do clearly all have our shit together. Thing is, that's the thing that happens when you've grown up, right? Like, we weren't allowed that sort of thing when we were kids. So as soon as I became an adult, I'm like, now I can have Cocoa Pops for breakfast if I want. There ain't no one here to stop me. If I want to have cold pizza and... Oh, I'll tell you what, last year... I think maybe it was last year. Last year I had birthday cake smoothies for 2 days. After my birthday. Because I was like, what am I going to do with all this birthday cake? Because I can't eat all this birthday cake. So what am I going to do? Liquefy. Liquefy and consume. You'll find if you sit down to eat birthday cake, you can't really eat more than about like maybe that much width of a birthday cake, but in liquid form you'll be surprised how much more you can consume before you feel sick. It takes a while to get it down to the right consistency that you can just down it, but maybe we'll use these puppies. I believe I can eat more than that. Depends what you've got. Like this one I just had was a caterpillar. One of those like chocolate caterpillar things. Sick thinking about that. It was pretty bad, to be honest. It was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's difficult. It's a cake in the shape of a caterpillar. Get from the supermarkets. I don't really know why all the supermarkets do it. They are so dry, it's so best to blend. No, this one was alright. This one was alright. I mean, after 2 days, like, it was alright today, but tomorrow it'll be dry as fook. UK is a whole other world. A whole new world. I can show you the world. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of. Although it's not actually, if you go to Canada, it's not that different. Quite a lot of Canada feels like the UK. Culturally, it's closer, and you get Cadbury's chocolate and those sorts of things. Remember when I was living in San Francisco, I went out with a girl at uni because she was Canadian. Well, it's not the only reason, but it was like one of those things, one of those like pivot moments when like she's a keeper. She was Canadian. She'd gone home to Toronto, I think she was from, and she came back with a jar of Marmite and a big bar of Cadbury's dairy milk, or fruit and nut, actually I think it was. So I was like, clearly this is a relationship that's got some legs. It didn't last that long because we were at uni. So Marmite, oh yes. Colin the Caterpillar is your fan. Yes, exactly. No, this was from Waitrose, so slightly. I think there's a tier system. Marks and Spencer's would definitely be the Marks and Spencer's food would definitely be the top tier. Like if you're getting all your Christmas cold stuff, Marks and Spencer's is top tier. Waitrose is definitely of a level that's comparable, but it's not. Do you have kid stoves? I do not. Otherwise, this would not be acceptable. Do I have to set good Dutch examples? No, I don't. I really don't. Not that the lockdown has been overly great for my. I mean, I used to be able to just get away with it because I used to always just like be one of those people that would just eat whatever they wanted and not have a problem. But yeah, lockdown has not helped with that situation. So maybe this year is a year where Toast doesn't eat things like that. I did cut out. Well, I did. Yeah, you guys know this. I cut out like sweets and stuff and crisps for a whole month, and I didn't feel too bad. And takeaways, which was actually the bigger deal. And I did actually feel better because of it. Me either. Hence gummy berry lunch. Is it just straight gummy berries, or gummy bears? Sorry. Or have you haven't like? Because some people do those things like put it in a sandwich and stuff. Like just have the gummy bears. I just had cold pizza, and I think for dinner I'm having beans on toast. So living the dream. Gummy bears and water, brilliant. Because the water, so you got to have the water just to make you feel like you're a proper person. It's like I'm not drinking Coke with it or anything. I'm not a heathen. I got Tangfastics yesterday. Yeah, see, in the area I live, Mrs. T, there isn't really like we got a Sainsbury's. To be fair, we do most of our shopping at Sainsbury's. Merch. But you've got a kid as well, so there's an extra expense that I don't have. Tangfastics are better than Sour Patch. Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids are like little gummies, aren't they? No Sainsbury's in your area either. Really? Sainsbury's not as big in Scotland then. Sainsbury's is like the norm. Haribo's are pants. Oh, you are so very, very wrong. First they're sour, then they're sweet. There's like a 40-minute drive away. Oh, wowzers. Yeah, I think I'm doing this as a flower bed. I think I'll stick a load of rocks in here as well. 2 Sainsbury's near me and 2 Marks and Sparks. Marks and Sparks, that was my mum used to call it Marks and Sparks. My mum used to go, oh god, this is childhood nightmares, this is. Any little boy, Marks and Spencer's and British Home Stores were right next to each other and they had the worst stuff in them. If you're a little boy, so me and my older brother, 3 years old difference between me and my older brother, and my mum would always go, like once a week, she'd go to Marks and Sparks, oh, she's got to pop into Marks and Sparks for something, which basically just means, ugh, boring. Boringness for the next however many hours where we wait for mum to look at blouses or whatever. And then you just get in trouble because you're running around. British Home Stores was exactly the same shop. So, oh, they haven't got it in here, we'll go next door to British Home Stores. And you just were like, these are the same. They're exactly the same shop. The same boring looking carpet. British Home Stores was a Christmas must. Oh, I hated it. Hated it. Debenhams is gone, isn't it, now? These are, I'm trying to think of the equivalent for an American. They're not, they were like women's clothing stores, but like not nice clothes, just your kind of normal run-of-the-mill clothes, high street shop. Debenhams was, well, Debenhams wasn't, I don't know, not too bad, but so lost. What are you talking about? In the riff, what are you building? I'm building back on the seal habitat, Rem. We went back to the back at the seal habitat. We're not in the community zoo. Debenhams was a department store. Yeah, it sort of was, but it wasn't like a John Lewis, was it? It was pretty. I never really understood the concept of department stores. It's just basically the painted ladies. Well, Target's actually, isn't Target originally like a drugstore? We don't have Target in the UK. Target is I can't think of. I guess Target is more like a Boots for us. Although I think now they do. Am I thinking of the right thing? Target. Maybe I'm not. Maybe Target's more like a big store. Target has everything. Is it not? Is it not originally? Is it not Target the drugstore though, or something? I don't know. I don't really remember. Like Costco. Maybe, yeah, maybe like Woolworths. Yeah, rip Woolworths. No, not a drugstore. What am I thinking of then? What's the one that's the big kind of drugstore? It doesn't really matter, I suppose, but Munch. Rip Woolworths. But Woolworths was always alright, because you get the sweets in Woolworths. You've got the pick and mix section, that was always entertaining. Walgreens, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah. I don't remember how we got onto this conversation, guys. I don't remember how we got into this conversation. I was telling stories about, yeah, was I just whittering on about going to the British Home Stores and Marks and Sparks? Oh, because we were talking about, yeah, we were talking about food, weren't we? That's right. It's quite a common thing that we end up talking about food. Literally everything, clothes, groceries, house decor, furniture, everything. So like Walmart. We didn't used to have a lot of those sorts of shops, and now we've got, I feel like we've got more than we used to have. Those kind of just massive everything shops. Pork steak stuffed with cheese and garlic. What? That sounds tasty. Like CVS more than Walgreens, better rewards. What, like points and things? Right, that'll do. Let's tidy up that little bit there. That'll do, pig. Right, so this can be actual rocks, I think. And we'll go to Tiger. If you're wondering what we're having, that's true, yeah. Is it me, or am I getting like one click out of a rock before I have to deselect it? I don't know why. There we go. Oh yes, it's the newfangled. Has everything been since Christmas Day? Has everything been air fried? Still confuses me as a concept. I don't understand. So it's just literally just blast hot air at stuff. Stop doing that. Used it a lot. It's Brill. I mean, it makes sense if you can do chips without having to have all the horrible cleaning process and stuff. That's quite handy. Do 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 do. dusk, about 8 PM, don't you worry about that. Being Hispanic, I've never had an air fryer. My parents make everything from scratch. Nice. Oh, I've got a sneeze coming. Did I catch that? I think I blocked the sneeze. Cool, that was a sneaker. Sneaked up on me. Snuckity snucked up on me. I would have blown all your eardrums, I think. There's usually a second. I don't tend to sneeze in singles, they're always in pairs, so be warned, it might be coming. I got it, did I? Good. See, but my dad in PR just got one, and he raves about it every single time we talk. I don't think I'd. Well, I don't think I'd ever heard of it before. Now Lindsay started talking about it. So what's the situation? What's the latest with the? Was it an eternity ring you were supposed to be getting, Lindsay? Trying to remember what he said. That you were picking it out together or something. So that the air fryer was like a holding pattern. He didn't tell you the other gift. Do we want to know? Is it appropriate? Is it appropriate? Recipe books. Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. Thought you were going to say something else there. Right. That'll do for that bit. We'll go back with some foliage. Might actually go faux here. Nasty toes. What? I never said anything. Yeah, we go to choose the lockdown, the ring after the lockdown. Fair enough. I never said anything, Rem. You filled the blanks in yourself there, my friend. I'm entirely innocent. I don't know about these faux trees. I'm not really sure how I'm ever going to use a faux tree. Get my hat looked at. What? What's your hat? I'm confused. Oh, that sneeze is just in tickling range. I feel it. Ooh. Does she mean I'll get that looked at? I'm not sure what she is. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're talking about. What are you talking about? What's it called? Eel? What's that? It's called eel or something, isn't it? Eel. There we go. Eel. I'm eel. Eel in English. I think she's coming to mine for tea. I'm so confused. What are you two on about? Nom nom nom. So what can and can't you air fry? Can you? So you said you can put a whole chicken in there. Fried chicken. Does it taste like fried chicken? Does it taste different? Get that air fryer looked at. 15 minutes for frozen chips. 15 minutes for frozen chips. Well, that's the same as an oven, isn't it? According to my dad, you can air fry everything. I guess anything that... Can it just air fry anything that's deep fat fried? Do they end up crispy? That's my... So if you were to do like chicken nuggets or something, would they end up crispy or would they end up... I don't really understand it. I don't understand it, basically. Oven is 20 minutes. I need that extra 5 minutes. Do you like them crispy? My girlfriend likes chips too crispy. So she's always like, no, give them a few more minutes. And I'm always like, they're done. They're done. We get to eat. I was like, I like them little black ends. No. Tastes like rotisserie chicken. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it makes it crispy. Let's have a wee bit of bracken or something in here, I think. No. Like Hawthorn or something? No. Do. No, is the answer. How much are they? Are they really expensive? You can start a GoFundMe, get Toves. No, I don't need chocolate because I've got so much chocolate at the moment. Get Toves a new GPU. That would be handy. Not that I really need one. Right, what else can we put in there? I bought mine for an anniversary present. Oh, you've got one as well? Alright, I didn't realise you had one as well. Toves needs a PO box. I don't really understand when people do that sort of stuff. I don't know. I mean, maybe it makes sense. I guess for some people it makes sense. It feels a bit presumptuous to say, here, look, here's a place you can all send me presents. It's like... I can also imagine the amount of crap that people must get in those sorts of things. Just like dick pics and stuff. Don't you want fan mail, Toves? Not really. I don't know what fan mail for someone like me would look like. It would probably just be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a rando who plays computer games. I don't feel the need to get fan mail. I think that's part of it because it is a bit of like a thing. You're like, hi, yeah, I'm so like amazing. You get to actually here's somewhere you can send me things, send me gifts. This little line of trays is a bit meh. Had a Tefal. They range in price from £40 to £100. Oh, that's not too bad. So it is basically like a defat fry price. There you go. Had a Tefal, got a Philips one. I'm testing all the air fryer brands. if I have a PO box, send more air fryers, I will review them with my crispy chips. Are you trying to get a sponsorship? Trying to get a sponsorship from Tfal. Trying to get a sponsorship from JML, like one of those cheapo, don't have a shop, only on cable television, only on the shopping channel type things. Quaking Aspen. No, that's too much. You can get all sorts of drawings of animals and house magazine cutouts. Hey, what? You mean sent to a PO box? Why would I want such things? Breville Halo, I can recommend. Oh, this is turned into a really this has turned into a frankly dull conversation about the merits of various different. Maybe I should draw a line under the merits of different air fryer conversation. Like the people that come, there's new people coming in and out of this, all right? I think. There's people come in and then they go, no, they're still talking about air fryers. I'll leave, come back when they're not. T-Rex Tfal reviews. Other brands available, exactly. Yeah, for your fan mail PO box, you can put them all in your fridge. You asked about my air. Well, yeah, I didn't expect it to be an hour-long conversation. To be honest. Excuse me for being rude. We're not old newcomers, we swear. Exactly. That's what I mean. Poor old Rem trying to get Rem is just trying to get Ariana Grande played. That's all. That was quite fun last night, actually. There's a quiz thing, actually. I discovered this quiz thing, music quiz thing, which I've got to switch on. Looks kind of like it might be interesting. I don't really know how it works, but we'll turn it on in Discord. Mission in life is to convert everyone into Grande fans. Exact does seem like it. I mean, there does seem to be a fairly limited number in which she's not talking about her bodily bits, though, to be fair. There are very few of them that they're like, that I don't just go, ugh, what did she just say? Ugh, what is she talking about now? What, sweaty? What are you talking about? What would your father say? Ariana? I don't know. Maybe that's just being brutish. I just find it all a bit, turns my stomach a little bit. I'm like a decibel of Ariana Grande. A disciple, do you mean? A decibel? She's got too many decibels. So turn down the decibels on Ariana. Who was hating on Taylor Swift? That was me, but only in jest. No, it was Rem, wasn't it? That made me laugh so much when I said that little blonde kid with the tattoos, and you immediately went, who do you mean? What was the guy? I can't remember what the guy's name is now. What's his name? That little guy who takes himself really seriously with the tattoos, who was with Justin Bieber. Yes, that's right. You just immediately got it. It really made me laugh. Because I thought quite often when I say things in here, and definitely when I say stuff in the Discord, I'm thinking maybe one or two people might understand what the hell I'm talking about, but mostly people won't. But I say it anyway. And so it does make me chuckle when someone actually just kind of is tuned into the random coming out of my face hole, and they go, "Oh well, I got you. I don't understand what you mean." Oh, I think maybe we'll need a few nettles and bits. Mustin beaver. Exactly. Habitat? Why am I typing habitat? What did I want to type? Nettle. Never been a Bieber fever. Never had Bieber fever. Isn't it a I'm a believer, but I'm a believer or something like that. Isn't that not what they say? I'm down with the kids. Did you get a new otter in Arctoves? Yeah, I did, and then I got it killed. I got killed yesterday. Lost all my shizzle. It's quite funny actually. I kind of wished I'd been streaming it because I was absolutely shouting at my Stephen. Stephen. Stephen is my griffin. Yeah, Rupert. Rupert died, and then Nopert died, and now I'm left with the one that's got no name. But yeah, I jumped off it, and it just buggered off. I jumped off the back of the griffin, and it just flew off and left me. And I was like, no! I was completely on the other side of the map from my base, and so I jumped off the back of the griffin, and it just was like, peace out, see ya. I don't want to be with you anymore. Stephen's had enough. And just went. And I was like, no! I'm whistling. And then it just, yeah, did one. Let me see that fence. This one. This is my little custom fancy poos. Naughty Stephen. Yeah. It's not working very well there. It's on my Steam workshop, Chrissy, if you want it. It's on my workshop dealie. Do, do, do. Da, da, da. Bit more temple rubble. If in doubt, bit more temple rubble. Gemma owes me shit. I've not forgotten. What does she owe you? Maybe this needs a sign or something. I think it probably does. Something here. You're on the post-it note. I saw that from your stream the other day. You were an advocate of the post-it notes. The thing is, I end up putting stuff in front of them. So this screen here that you guys are on, so cameras up there, chat's down there, post-it notes down there. And so I have to remember those. I'm daft on the notes. Right, we might have a little sign or something here. Sounds about right. Maybe we have a little sign. So I think if we kind of continue this rock work, so if we get that chunk and we bring this up, chunky. We just kind of blend this back in, I think. Got notes behind you too? Yeah, those ones up there. Those ones up there are like things I need to do. Well, those are like ideas, basically. I think there's a little colour missing in it. In what? In the flower bed. Crazy. Yeah, so it's actually kind of deliberate because of the trees that we're using. You don't get an enormous amount of, but yeah, I could add some flowers. Maybe we put some flowers in the edges. Let's have a look at what we've got. But I've done some flowers somewhere. Oh yeah. So what is that again? Dwarf Cornell. There's got to be a sign there. I need to up my foliage this year. Cornell. I was talking about, you'll see when you go back, this is 10, none of it's supposed to be, none of it is critical, so don't take it as criticism, because I'm clearly not very diplomatic this year so far. But I was talking about how you build things, and because it reminds me quite a lot of how I build things. And something I've got to work on this year is what I do. Tell me if I'm seeing correctly here. Is I scattergun quite a lot, so I'll work on something. I'll either get bored of that or I'll struggle on it. It does that. That's pretty now, doesn't it? And then I'll move on. And what I end up doing is I end up with loads and loads of stuff that's like a bit done. And it can get a bit overwhelming then, because you're like, nothing's ever finished and you've never got a place to look where you go, okay. And that's what I sort of saw in that, is that you've kept making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, but there are definitely, and I don't, from knowing from what you're like when you build stuff, I can see that there's stuff that you've just kind of gone, okay, that's the start of an idea, and I'll do that, and then I'll move on to this thing. And I definitely, that's something I'm trying to work on improving, because I find it can get a bit demotivating, because you look at stuff and kind of go, oh god, nothing's done. That's me. I always know what needs to be done. Yeah. So that was the thing. I sort of, I'm trying to be better at kind of just going, like, focus on a bit and get it. Nothing's ever finished, right, in my head. Most things I'm working on are always, they're like 70-80% of where I want them to get to. Now this is getting pretty close. This little, that's actually a nice little view of the hill there as well. This little section is getting there. That's a shame. That's gravel. Can we change that back to asphalt? But yeah, super cool what you've done in there. It looks really awesome. We were talking about the downstairs bit with the otter. With the fact that it's kind of wet. Did you mean to have it? I think I know you've done that by using the path to cut into the water, I think. I'm just curious to know whether that was the plan, or because there's a bit at which you kind of go under the water in it, in the viewing section. I think I know why you did it. I'm just interested to know if I'm right and why you did it, or if you even know what I'm talking about. Of all that I have built, I never finished it. It's always something I can do differently. Well, that's the same with me as well, Crazy Mel. I'm always like, I'm always my biggest critic. I'm always like never entirely happy with most of the things I do. That's looking all right. Underwater viewing for the otters. Yeah, underwater viewing for the otters. There's a section which you go if you go up to the glass, you're underwater as a guest. Did you do that because it makes the glass clear? Because you don't have to use the barrier. Because it's great for screenshots. I've thought about that. I did have thought about that a couple of times myself. Because the most annoying thing about this, you do all this and you're like, can't see into the water because the water's murky. Well, it's not the water's murky as such. The glass is, well, I guess it is. Like if you stand here and you're in this kind of glitch area, you get a lovely, nice, clear view under the water. But if you stand back here, you can't see bugger all. Doing it for screenshots, yeah, fair enough. It does look good. Thank you for the follow, Dean Drewy. Welcome, welcome. On your server, I had to build a house, but one day only I did not just place it on the house and toy it. Yeah, I saw that you took your stuff down, Miss Crazy Mum. You're talking about the Ark server, right? Yeah, I saw what you built. It looked cool. It looked very cool. I'm going to be building on Thursday. So if you've seen, guys in the Discord, if you've seen the schedule for this week, so it's going to be a new thing for this year, but Thursday evenings are going to be a stream day as well this week, this year. What am I doing? So Thursday's generally going to be Ark night, I would say, and it'll be on Twitch. And I have talked to. Oh, well, sorry, not talked to. I've collected a whole bunch of material, so I'm actually quite looking forward to building. I feel like I've got my mojo back for Ark a bit, and now that we've started to get. Now that I've done that, I'm probably going to be a bit more. Yeah, I'll do a bit more to promote it and to see if we can get some other people involved. I'm not desperate to have loads of numbers on it and stuff, but I think it would be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to Mrs. T joining, and Rem, I think you were going to join as well, weren't you? Wish they'd give us null floors. Yeah, that would be epic, wouldn't it? That would be cool. Because then you could make an actual glass tunnel that has water through it. Because I've really tried that a few times to make because if you put a barrier, I've done this experiment a few times. It doesn't work. It's weird because it's so you can do a thing. So obviously you can do this, make a tunnel effectively. But what you can also do, I'll show you this really briefly. It doesn't actually work, unfortunately. It looks like it should work, and it's really frustrating. When I first did the monkeys in the tropical zoo, I did this. So you put a piece of terrain down. In fact, let's do it up, floating above, just for ease. And then you do this. Lift the terrain up, delete the rest of it. Why is that not going up there? There we go. Why is that not doing what I wanted to do? No. So when I first did this, I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is a thing that you can do. So you put a barrier on top of this. And this was my experiments to make a tunnel, basically. So we'll do this really just kind of janky and quick, so I can get it done. Show you what I mean. Right, and then you grab these, bring them all right down, and then you use the tool to get rid of the terrain. So I think you can do it with the stamp tool, but maybe you have to do it with the paths. Let's have a look. That's going to delete ground. Right. So you put, and then you put something underneath that. So when I did it, I was like, awesome. And I made a whole thing. I can't get rid of that last little bit, but I will be able to get rid of that fairly easily. Made this whole thing. And I think you can even still adjust these. I can't remember if you can. No, see, that's the problem, right? I forget I just did that little adjustment. So you put a bottom under it. You put a piece of glass or another piece of mesh or something underneath it. And I thought I'd done it, and I did this whole great big tunnel. And when you restart the game, it does that to it, puts them all back to the floor. Super annoying. There's no real way easily to do a tunnel. Everything's all a bit glitchy. Looks like it was going to be cool. I spent so long on it as well. I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then nope, I logged back in again. It was all down to the ground. I basically had a little restaurant with a run. I mean, you could still kind of do it. You could do it in the way that I've done the tunnels before. I had a little restaurant with like a bit where animals were kind of running round above you. It was kind of cool. But I ended up binning it all because it didn't really work. I think I just got so annoyed the fact that it screwed it all up for me. I was like, just get rid of it then. What did I miss then? I thought this would be brilliant. I feel so bad. I think Pinsington is waiting for me. What am I missing? Oh, you guys. Oh, as in for the arc thing. Yeah. So what are you waiting for, Mrs. T? Just time, or is it? Or are you just trying to get used to the controls and stuff? It's a bit too big. I think I was going to imply that there was something in here. That it was going to be like newts or something, or frogs or something like that. So I've dropped his ice lolly. Oh no, not good. Devastating for a little kid as well. Yeah, we could say it's turtles, couldn't we? Yuppie. Do, do, do. What's those ones that have got the... There's a big leafed one, isn't there now? What is that in? That's in aquatic. Yeah, these are quite nice. Underwater temple lilies. Water hyacinths. Oh, these are cool. It's a bit massive though. Need to remember to do some little bubbles coming out of that. Oh, what are these like as well? These are pretty epic. V? Yeah. So some of these. What's that one? Underwater temple plant. So that all the same? Oh right, those are all the same. Okay. That needs some colour in there, I think. Could you deselect the barrier? Oh, sorry. Quite right. Could have selected it again. I think it's because it's underneath, because I've got a barrier around this. It might be a little bit on and offy. Yeah, as soon as I start working in it, it puts the barrier back on. Why is it doing that? Does it always do that? Am I just being a moron? I think it's just putting that on for... I'm not doing that. Is it because I'm saying it's selecting to add it to the group? Does it not always do that with the barriers? Yeah, I think it always does that. It's just a bit it is a bit distracting because it's right where I'm doing stuff. I might be wrong. Maybe you have it grouped. But it's a barrier, so it's not grouped. It's showing those ones over there as well. But as soon as I click the anything, it shows those barriers. I think it's to say that you're placing foliage inside the habitat. Yeah, seems it's a bit weird though, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure I can do anything about it. Let's try the bubbles. Bubbles. If I join, does it mean I need to do a death run on my own? No, Mrs. T, Pinsy was going to do the death run with you. And if I'm on, I might even join you. And I think Wes hasn't done it either, so... No one has to do the death run, but it's just kind of fun, so I would definitely recommend giving it a go. That is way too much. They haven't fixed... I thought they'd fixed it so that their bubbles didn't come out of the water anymore. Wasn't that still coming out of the water? It is. Why have I got bubbles on the land? Bubbles. just want a little tiny little bit of implied bubbles. I won't reset back to level 0. So if you die, you can store stuff. So I will just store all my stuff and then do it with you. And you can lose, yeah, you can lose all your stuff and make it all back again anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Is that going? I think that'll do. It's a bit more, it's a bit much more than I wanted. What did I use down here? Oh, I suppose it is quite large down there. See, they've still got an issue it's coming up out the water. I thought they'd fix that. You guys might not be able to see that just because of the resolution, but the bubbles are coming out of the water. See? They're coming up out of the water. That's not right. It's not supposed to do that. Yeah, the Defron. Oh, hey Emma, how you doing? Defron is supposed to be a fun, not a must. So you do it how you want to do it, but it is. I have to say, it is fun to do it together and do it in a way that you've got a risk. And with this, I've sort of talked about this with a couple of people on the server. So some of the things that like that stream that I was doing the other day, there are often easier ways to do things in the game, and you have the option once you've done it. We're all a little bit off topic here, but we'll go through this conversation anyway. But there's options to do stuff easier, but I prefer to do it the harder way first time because it's kind of more fun and you're not cutting any gameplay out. And the death run's a good example of that. Like, you can just kind of skip your way to the end if you want to, or build a raft and make it. But you won't have the fun of dying lots of times, and you don't really lose anything by dying, especially on a death run because you haven't got anything anyway. Right, so I want to kind of hide the back of this. I want to hide that view of the path from these people here and those people from this side. So I need something slightly higher here. So this is temperate. I don't think I need lilies in there. It does feel like it needs some colour in there though, doesn't it? I don't think there's anything that's oh, they say blue. Oh, these will do. These are nice. Is that the smallest one? It's getting a bit much in here, but hey ho. I tried to do it with. It was not the day for me, so I reached level to be able to do it in a raft and used it. Yeah, you got super close. I think it was the trying to get through the swamp that was the brave attempt. But yeah, you got closer than most people. Don't punch the dinos like what Lindsay told me to. Yeah, you got to punch some dinos. You definitely got to punch some dinos. Currently dealing with a silly delivery dude who wants to charge me extra because he went to the wrong address. I'm starving too. Oh dear. They look after you if you punch them. Yeah, they tend to be more friendly if you punch them in the face. Give them a good quick punch up the face hole. They'll be a little more friendly with you. The bigger the friendlier is a general rule of farming Ark as well. The bigger a dino, the more likely they are just to be receptive to a quick punch up the face hole. I saw Pego's house when I last died. Yeah, you were really close. You were really close. Right, so this I think needs some sort of sign or something leading you down this way. So we'll just do something as a bit of a kind of placeholder, I think. more tea if they're friendly. Yeah. They're just smiley. They're smiley. Aquatic. What do I even have in it? I've got seals. So I do quite like these, but I think they're a little bit too much. Yeah, maybe they can work up here somewhere though. If you see wyverns, you need to pet them. There is a wyvern. There was a wyvern yesterday at my base. It's a shame we're not in Penguin Land, but we might use that. Oh, this is seals, isn't it? It is really distracting. Now you've sort of put that in my brain. It's really distracting, that barrier. We've started shading. We've put a lot of shade in now as well. So I wonder if I could make kind of an interesting. An interesting light feature or something out of this. I think it's too big for there. But tried petting a giant crocodile creature and died in roughly 2 seconds. Yeah, most things are not friendly. Can you befriend a Diplosaurus? You can befriend most things, yeah. Wait. What are we waiting? Ones that spit poison. You want a herd. You can't tame the snakes, if that's what you're referring to. That's one of the few things you can't. You can tame the things that slither along. I can't remember what they're called. They're kind of like slug things. I'm just going to put a sign. I'm just going to put probably just a sign up here so I remember to do a proper sign. Or just do something like this. Excuse me, let's just do something like this for now, just so I remember to do something here. Something better than that, obviously. Oh, the dillos. Yeah. The little green buggers. They snot at you, basically. Do. Thanks for the stream. Keep up the good play. Thank you very much, Crazy Mum. Thank you very much for the bits as well. Always appreciated. Mountain bamboo. We're getting quite a lot of different stuff going on if I do bamboo as well. I mean, I guess I could take that away. Okay, so let's have a quick look. So I think that does what I want it to do. It makes that like a little kind of little cozy nook now. I need to do all this stuff. Yeah, the weeping willows are so cool. I mean, they don't really massively work in this biome that I've got because it's I've got sort of taiga trees, but the idea is I'm building that these are kind of the natural trees of the area because obviously we're in this biome. And then stuff like that is things that are kind of added around, although obviously this is a very mature tree. I might actually remove that and go bracken. Do 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 do. Got another little flower bed up there. And this has been entirely a. Hope you guys don't mind, but this has been an entirely a session of foliage work. I found it quite. I don't know. I found it quite therapeutic, relaxing to do this stuff. Right, let's get some more of that Cornell. I'm always in the wrong tab. Cornell. Does anyone know how the community zoo? Yeah, I do still at the moment. I do, so I haven't checked it back in yet. Not that I've really done very much. All I did was kind of mark out some areas. So once I finish the stream, we have new channel point things. What is Sonic? What? Oh, I don't know why it started using that picture. That's not new. Pick a name, that is. That's just pick a name. You can name a dino. That's been in there the whole time. There are new ones coming though. Pick a name, so you can name one of the. You can name one of the animals, or I think we were using that in Ark the other day as well. Yeah, Mrs. T was naming stuff. That's how she was naming stuff the other day. That's how we lost Rupert. Mrs. T named it, and then I immediately went out and killed it by accident. But yeah, those have been in there ages. There are new ones coming. In fact, I've switched back on some of the ones that weren't working. I've now fixed them. So the camera up there, and the camera's still on. Yeah, and what's the other one? The keyboard one. I think Mrs. Is the keyboard on? Can't see it. No, I don't think so. Keyboard overlay you can switch on and off as well. New points things coming are a secret, yeah. just funsies. That one that I've showed earlier isn't going to be a channel points thing, but hello. Yeah, there were only 3 before. Well, there were originally. The ones I've got on at the moment were originally on there, but I switched them off because they stopped working because the service changed. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Right, what else am I doing here? I'm trying to decide what I want in terms of kind of education signs and stuff for this. Like, do I want education stuff here? I don't think so. Hey Lisa and Slytherin Chrissy. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? I haven't heard. Is Chrissy from Slytherin? House Slytherin? Can't be from House Slytherin. There are only baddies from Slytherin. Chrissy claims to be Hufflepuff. I'm a freaking Hufflepuff. Oh dear. I don't know if I want this to be... I wonder what this would look like if it was hedge. Hedge. How does one determine whether they are obviously, you haven't actually done a sorting hat process. Definitely a Slytherin. What? You don't come across like a Slytherin. Slytherins are all baddies, aren't they? Although Snape was a Slytherin, wasn't he? So, well, this might work. Maybe this will work. I'd have to blend it back in. Let's do that. No, turn that to that. I told hubby and he said, you know, none of you know me because I'm definitely the Hufflepuff list of Hufflepuff. Explain how one identifies themselves. How do you determine whether you are or not? You don't choose yourself, right? It's chosen for you. You can't tell you, like, is that not the true mark of a Slytherin? They think they're something they're not. I don't know. Well, you could take a quiz to determine if it... Yeah, but that's not official. That's not official, is it? I guess there are like online things and stuff that you can do. It's quite kind of fun. We had a Harry Potter themed birthday party for my little brother when he was like 10 or something, and we all dressed up as different characters. It was crazy. We had a Dementor that I had rigged up. This is classic kids over the top Christmas birthday party. We had this Dementor that we'd rigged up to fly from the bottom of the garden. So where my mum used to live, the bottom of the garden backed us onto some trees, and at the bottom of that, so there was like a little field, and then and it was sort of not really, the field wasn't really used by anybody. It was like a paddock, and my mum wanted this Dementor to fly out of the woods. She'd made this great big thing out of a cloak. She bought this cloak and she got a coat hanger and a hat and made this whole great big thing, and it was huge. It was like 8 foot tall, and she wanted it to fly from the woods to the house in like dusk when all the children would be kind of settling down in the house. It was terrifying. So I was dressed, I don't know what time it was, like 9 o'clock at night. I had rigged up a fishing line to run like 300 meters from the house all the way down the bottom of the garden into this woodlands round a tree. And so at like 9 o'clock at night, I'm stood dressed as Snape with a fishing line, winding this thing in, and hearing all these children below me screaming their heads off as this Dementor flies out of the woods. It was pretty fun, pretty cool. I just showed my worst self on Gemma's channel, and it appears I've ruined my reputation beyond repair. Needs to do it so we can see all the results, Gemma. Deal. It could be sorted on the Pottermore website. I don't know if that's a thing anymore. That sounds cool. What do we think? I think that green kind of works. That hedgy stuff kind of works. The only thing I think with this is when you move away, it all unloads itself annoyingly. What house would you be? I don't really know. I would say probably. I don't think I would have been. I don't think I'd be a Hufflepuff. All the rest of them are pretty. I wouldn't know the difference between the rest of them, to be honest. I'm now actually trying to remember all of them. So we've got Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw. What's the other one? So Slytherin, and what's the fourth one? You a Ravenclaw. So what based on what characteristic does that make me? Am I a Ravenclaw? We do realise we're in massively geeky territory here, but it's fine. We can roll with it. Gryffindor. That's right. Gryffindor is so. Harry Potter is in Gryffindor, isn't he? Isn't he? Harry Potter. We've got no lights down here as well. I need to do some lights. Yeah, definitely. Ravenclaws are smart and tenacious. Oh, well, that's a compliment then. I'll take that. Well, these are quite bright. That's a bit too bright, I think. Griffins are brave, but kind of impulsive. I don't think I'm as impulsive. I used to be quite impulsive when I was younger. I don't think I'm as impulsive as I used to be. Hufflepuff and soft and squiff. Oh right, okay, yeah. So what's her name was a Hufflepuff. Interesting. I'd be interested to know. Maybe I should do the test, because I would say that I can be quite tree huggy. Like, I have definitely got a bit of a thing where I'm like, every now and again I need to be outside walking in the trees. Like, walking in trees is like a reset for me, and that's been one of the things that's been really hard this year, because I quite often, so like, I can't remember if I said this, but I was supposed to be in New Zealand in November, and the big thing about going to New Zealand for me was like just getting my head back to something that was like more natural. I really like the lighting in this game. Sometimes it makes such a difference. Bond with nature. Yeah, exactly. I will like that tree, because that tree is super pretty. Well, that's why my Saturdays, generally my Saturdays, so I think you guys know this, my Saturdays is my day off. And it's pretty much always involves going for a walk somewhere. Still a thing on the site, you need to sign in to do an official sorting, but it's there. Right, maybe I'll check it out at some point as well. Right, I need some path lighting as well. So we've got lighting back here. Hey, Just Joe, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Right, so I'm gonna block that bit out as well, just to remind me that needs to be a sign. Then we'll just do this with a. We'll just do this with the placeholder for now. That's massive. That'll do. That won't do. That one. I'll just do that for now. That'll have to get replaced at some point. Oh, I forgot that these light up. On my bike ride to tennis every day, I see gators, bunnies, squirrels, hawks, small birds, turtles, and ridiculous amount of frogs. Plus all my creatures at home. That's pretty epic, Rem, to be honest. That is definitely one of the things about the UK, is you just like, there's not enough of kind of just, you know, natural ruggedness. I guess probably pretty much the most is where you, well, I guess up in the like Highlands and stuff, but where Lisa is down in Cornwall, I like that a lot because it's very rugged and kind of natural. What am I missing? Rem, you're a Slytherin. I was sorted into Slytherin, then they updated the site and you could choose to do the sorting again, and did end up in a Hufflepuff. Well, that's what I guess that's one of the things, because I'm like, as you read those out, all of them, I'm thinking, I guess I have my days where I'm kind of any one of those things. Shall we use the little path light dealies? What did I do here? So I did these massive things. Ooh, what's going on there? No. Let's go back to day for a minute. Can't have that. Oh, that might have been an unfriendly one. That is quite one extreme to the other. But yeah, no, I think I have my days when I'm in more than one of those different modes. I think that actually kind of helped. Maybe some nettles and things. kind of in these little bits. Those little eelgrass things are really good for this sort of stuff as well. I'm not Mrs. T. No, I will probably be. I'm pretty due to finish, to be honest, in about the next 10 to 15 minutes. So it'll only be Thursdays. Thursdays I'm starting earlier, and then, well, it doesn't let you do it in the schedule. I don't see how to do it in the Twitch schedule. But Tuesdays there'll be 2 streams. Sorry, Thursdays there'll be 2 streams. 2 until kind of 5:30, and then an ARC one starting at 8. But no, I'm away soon. Quite pleased with this. I think this is looking quite nice, this little area. I know we haven't done an enormous amount, but I do find it quite relaxing just to do foliage. No, today is Tuesday. Right, that's the little bit needs doing. I haven't massively decided whether I'm keeping these things. These are actually straight out of the pack. They don't really light up anything, do they? Oh, I guess they do a bit. It's not really lighting anything up though. Like, why would I bother lighting that up? So I'll just do a little bit of path lighting for this, and then I think I'll probably call it for this one. What shall we use? Yes, Tuesdays it's House of a Day tomorrow. So House of a stream back tomorrow. See you, Mrs. T. Hope you get the little one off alright. Have a nice evening. What shall we use? I don't really like those. I tend to always end up using the little spheres. Not those ones. These guys. Because I just feel like they make the best. So if you do like a few of them, they actually give you some decent light. So let's make something custom, I guess. A little pot or something. Little pot dealy. Not that one. This guy? No, that's too big. This one? Maybe. That might still be a bit big. Didn't need the second one. What about you? What about you? That one I feel like I've used before. Let's try this. So we'll go lights. I know it's a bit dark, guys. I'll turn the light up while I'm building. That one. So that's a possible. They're a bit high. I'll sink them down into the ground in a minute. Is that can we get a medium one in there? Do. What's that like? Okay, so grab that. Both of them. No. So we could have that as like a path light. Bit crap. What about this one? That one's better, isn't it? This one's too big, I think. I think maybe that one. And maybe we'll just put a little post or something in the top of it, just to give it a little something. Pole. Pole. No, it was post. I was just in the wrong section. Maybe that. Nah. Yeah. I think that's okay. It's whelming. I'm whelmed by that. I'm not overwhelmed, I'm not underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed. Can I actually select it though without selecting the whole freaking world? Is that it? Yeah. Okay, you guys can do one. I don't need you anymore. And I suspect that isn't going to be bright enough, so let's just have a quick look. Just whelmed, exactly. So we'll just do like... It's better. Good. Just before I forget as well, let's just quickly do this. Trim. The Okay, right, so let's grab a few of these, stick these around the path edge. I'd love to be able to terrain paint gravel as well, that would be so nice. Because there's often times when I want to use... I mean, I guess maybe I could expand the edges of this. I think maybe I could do that. Let's have a look in a sec. It's often like it would be nice to just be able to fill, see these gaps down the side, just be able to fill it in and not have a sort of as defined path here. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so that's looking cozy as now. Makes a big difference. That's obviously not supposed to be white like that. Quick savey poos. God, I haven't had a drink in ages, guys. We're coming to the end of the... We're coming to the end, so... Typing about gravel terrain paint, right as you said it, scared me a bit too. Right, so if I go, I think, if I get a path and I make big wide sections. So what I don't want is the guests derping into that though. It's not really helped, does it? It does add a little bit more to it, but not really enough. Let's see if we... It's also changing the shape of this section here. See, they'll walk into that if I do it like that. The only other thing you can do is you can. I did this in Missoula a bunch of times. You can create paths, but you can block the paths with bins. I don't think this is going to be really massively worth it. Would be nice just to be able to kind of remove that section though. I mean that does makes it a bit wider. Oh, it's not going to let me do it there. Maybe just nudge the rocks. Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to. Obviously, I can do that, but I'm always going to end up with a. This is the thing. You always end up with a bit. Either you end up with a section that the people can clip through, where you've brought the rocks up tight like that. No, I think I'll just have to leave it. Maybe if I paint the terrain. Let's have a look. Let's try painting the terrain in the rock. That blends it back in a bit more, I think. Yeah, that looks better. That's better, isn't it? Okay, so let's look from this level then. That's annoying me, that little sign. Yeah, I think this is coming on. This is coming along. This still needs some lighting in it. Makes such a difference having the lights in. Maybe we'll just do a little implied sign. Or we'll start a little implied sign down here, and then I've got to go. So, post. No. No, it's not happening. I'm sort of putting in placeholder markers for myself so that I remember to do some of this stuff. I'll tell you what, we'll go with one of those. It's a little bit out of context. Is that wonky? It is. Because I put it on a slope. Oh, crap. What was I just using? That. Wink. Is that going to be really high? Let's get a little rando. Hello, randos? Any randos? You'll do. Oh, they can't get out. They must not escape. I mean, at the rate that I'm progressing with this habitat, Actually, that's all right, isn't it, height-wise? So that's gonna have a little. That'll just have a little education thing on it or something. At the rate that I'm progressing with this habitat, we will be doing this for a long time still. Oh well. Right. Thank you very much for watching, peeps. Thanks for the new follows. Thank you to all the peeps hanging out. We'll be back. Yeah, back on YouTube tomorrow. Custom. Well, sorry, not custom content stuff. That's something else I'm doing. Back to the Smarter Myers house. I think we're nearly finished with that, right? I think we've got like maybe 1 or 2 rooms to do. Can I do a quick tour? Go on then, I'll do a quick tour before we go. So this is, so I'll give you a quick overview first. So we've got these two pools. Raid, yes, sorry, let's do a raid. Let's definitely do a raid. All the things. Let's do a quick tour, then we'll do a raid. Thank you for reminding me, guys. So canopy and stuff needs fixing. And then this is the kind of education area. This little arena, so they come in to do when the keeps does his education person does their speaking talky things. We've got 2 pools, up and lower. The seals can get up and down between them. We've got a little backstage area which they come through this gate. This all needs doing. This is all going to be indoors. Are you dead? No, you're fine. And then they come down. They come back out this way. They can go back up and down that slope. I've just noticed he's walking in the water now for some reason. Is Angus still alive? I think so. Yeah, they're all still alive. I've not had any of them die. I think this was new as well. I don't think I had this bit of rock here last time you guys saw it. So I did some like little implied kind of holding up fake rock things. We got the canopy. We got the little pool area. This section up here needs doing. So I've got a little path up there now, which obviously needs a bunch of work. It's not too far off. I think what I'm going to do is going to do a video that's like front of house and then a backstage section, so we'll carry on working on this. It'll be like a little mini zoo, I guess, this, all for just one habitat. But yes, that's it. Right, we're going to go let's do a raid, peeps. Wonderful idea. Let's see, we've got online. Oh, no one that's playing. Everyone always plays Planet Zoo before me that I follow, so like Zookeeper Chris is not playing. Let's have a little look. Parker's playing Jurassic World. Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks, guys. We might be visiting a random again because I don't see anybody that's. Wow, there's a few people that have got big time viewers. I kind of always like to go for the smaller people. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look. This always takes a minute because if I don't have someone in my follow list that's playing, I have to find someone that speaks English. So let's go back. We'll go back to Big Me for a minute. Feel free to suggest people, guys, if you've got someone that you see that's streaming that you know that I don't. Oh, I tell you what, actually, I'm saying this. Let me just check YouTube for a second. I know you're not really supposed to do this, but I have a feeling... No, none of the guys there are streaming yet either. I'll tell you what, actually. So, Beyond Drew TV is going to be streaming in 20 minutes. So I'm not going to do a raid. I'll give you the link in the Twitch chat to Drew on YouTube. If any of you guys do make it over there, just say hello from me. Say that I sent you over. Oh, Nicholas Line Rider is he? I don't know if I actually follow him. But yeah, go check out go check out Drew in half an hour. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, so he's like way bigger than me, so I always feel that's a bit, I don't know, I don't really ever like raiding people that are bigger than me. I always feel that's a bit, I don't know, feels a bit like, hi, please like me, I'll be your friend. So your choice, guys. I'll put the link to Nicholas Lion Riders. I'm not going to do a raid on him, but I'll put the Nicholas Lion Riders in there. Drew knows me, so I would rather you guys go to Drew, but up to you. Anyway, right, I'm going. Thank you very much for watching, peeps. So no raid, no official raid there. Just choose one of those 2 people to show some love to. All right, take it easy. Hopefully catch you some of you guys tomorrow on the House of Stream. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take it easy.